Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz show where the lowest scorers are the biggest winners. Let's meet today's players. So welcome, Claire and Lee. You're our first pair on the show. How do you two know each other?
We're sisters. I'm the eldest one, although I do try to claim to be the younger one.
Yes.
Doesn't work very well. We're both from Rochdale.
That's such a
few
mean
miles
trick.
apart.
It is. It's embarrassing because they tend to believe her.
So, what would be your dream round in Pointless?
Film and TV, and that's basically
Film
it.
and TV, and that's basically it for both of you?
Yeah.
And if sport comes up?
We're
out.
it.
OK.
Next train home, I think.
Very good. Well, very best of luck to the pair of you. It's great having you on the show.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Rick and Ellie. You were on the show last time. Whose idea was it to come on Pointless?
Mine, I guess, yeah. I'm the big fan.
You're the big fan, and Ellie
Oh, no,
has
I am
no
as
idea
well.
what's going on.
as well.
Just brought along. She thought she was coming on Mastermind.
I wouldn't have done very well on that either.
I'm sure you would have done. I'm sure you're going to do fantastically well this afternoon. Very best of luck to the pair of you. Next, we welcome Nana and Julie. Now, how do you two know each other?
We've known each other for years. I've met Julie when she was 7, and we've been to the same primary school, secondary school. She's followed me everywhere, really.
Everywhere. What are you hoping is going to come up this afternoon?
Words. Yeah. We both studied linguistics, so words.
Because she has followed you.
Yeah, I did.
Precisely.
No. Same subject.
However, I think I started my degree before you. Yeah, so I'm a prodigy. Prodigy.
See, words, like you say.
Yeah.
That's your...
But not English words.
That's
French.
It's your strong suit. Well, very, very best of luck to the pair of you.
Thank you.
And finally, we've got Paul and Tom. How do you two know each other?
Well, Paul is my flatmate. I met him 5 years ago. It's a music gig we were both playing at.
Both playing in the same band?
No, different bands, but same show.
What were the names of your bands?
Well, I'm in a band called David Cronenberg's Wife.
Excellent.
I'm in a band called Paul Hawkins and the Awkward Silences.
What are you normally greeted by when you come on stage?
Awkward Silences.
Very best of luck to you this afternoon. We'll find out more about all of you throughout the show. There's only one more person for me to introduce. He's the man behind all the facts and figures. That's it. He's my Pointless friend. He's Richard.
Hello. Quite an unusual lineup of people we've got here today. Have you noticed that?
Fascinating. What a spectrum.
Yeah, a real spectrum.
Yeah.
We've only got one returning pair, so it's Rick and Ellie. I thought they were rather good last time.
I thought they were
quite unlucky to be knocked out, so they're going to be stiff competition. We've never had a prodigy on the show before, so that's it's going to be very... Julie, we're going to keep our eye on you, see exactly how a prodigy... That's all I've got to say, other than round 1 is spectacularly lowbrow, round 2 very much more highbrow. So you have to have your wits about you to get through to round 3, I think.
Very good. Right, well, we put all our questions to 100 people before the show, but this is Pointless, obviously, so we are after the obscure answers that they didn't get. The fewer people who got the answer, the fewer points awarded, the better your chance of winning. Now, what everyone's trying to do, of course, is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people gave, and each time that happens, we will add £250 to the jackpot. Nobody has won the jackpot so far this series. We will add another £1,000 to last time's jackpot, which means today's jackpot starts off at a dizzying £11,000. Right, let's play Pointless. Now, in the first round, each of you must give me one answer, and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever team has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated, so be very careful that that's not you. Now, if anyone gives me an incorrect answer, they will score the maximum of 100 points, so take care not to do that. Right, our first category this afternoon is... Eurovision. See what you're saying. Eurovision. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Eurovision Song Contest host towns and cities as they could. Richard.
Yeah, we're just looking for any of the 38 towns or cities that have hosted a Eurovision Song Contest up to the 2010 contest.
OK, thank you very much. Right, Claire and Lee, you all drew lots before the show, and today you get to go first. Claire, what's the most obscure Eurovision host town or city you can think of? Can you think of any?
I can, but I don't know if it's right. So I'm going to go...
It's not right, it's Eurovision.
Not. Well,
it's
yeah.
never right.
I'm going to go for Budapest.
You're hoping to score as few points as possible. Let's see if Budapest is correct. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. Budapest. Oh, no! I'm afraid Budapest is an incorrect answer, which means you score the maximum of 100 points. Richard, Budapest.
Yeah, unlucky, Claire. All I can tell you is it hasn't hosted a Eurovision Song Contest. That's all I've got.
Well, bad luck, Claire, but I'd like to think an honourable mistake. Ellie, the Eurovision Song Contest. Are you a devout fan?
I haven't watched it since probably Cliff Richard was in it, if he was. So I've not watched it for
that
years.
might qualify you to give the most fantastic obscure answer.
No. So I'm going to guess Stockholm.
Stockholm. You're hoping to score as few points as possible with Stockholm. Let's see if it's correct, and if it is, let's see how many people said Stockholm. It's right. Well, you're below 50. Down it goes. Look at that. 14. Very, very well done, Ellie. Were you thinking ABBA?
Yes.
Was that your route to Stockholm?
I was thinking that as they won it once, that it possibly went back to Sweden.
It seems perfectly reasonable. Well, it scored you 14 points. Let's find out. Richard.
Yeah, well done, Ellie. They've actually hosted it twice in Stockholm, in 1975 and 2000.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Richard. OK, Julie, we are looking for host towns and cities of the Eurovision Song Contest.
Gosh, I'm going to say... What if I pronounce it a bit wrong? Does that matter?
We'll all have a bit of a laugh.
I'm going to say... Reykjavik.
Reykjavik. Is that a complete guess?
Yeah.
I think it's a brilliant guess. If it's wrong, it's still a brilliant guess. You're hoping to score as few points as possible. You're hoping that nobody said Reykjavik, and you're hoping it's correct. Let's see if it is Reykjavik. Oh, no! What is it? Every time I say it's a brilliant answer, it's wrong. It's likely, though. It's just the sort of place they go to.
It does sound likely, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
Yeah. It's not, but it really does sound it.
Well, that's fantastic news for Claire and Lee. They are now
You're
joined
welcome.
on the high watermark of 100 points. But I'm afraid it is an incorrect answer, so yes, you do score that maximum of 100 points. Now, Paul, this is the moment where you dazzle us.
There's one I want to go for, and I'm going to regret this. I'm going to be watching up for 2 weeks.
You can. There are 200 points.
I know that I'm going to regret this as soon as I say it, but Brighton. I believe Brighton has hosted it.
You're hoping it's correct, and you're hoping hardly anyone said it. Let's see if it is correct. Brighton. It's correct, Paul. I think this could go quite a long way down. Maybe it'll go all the way down. Who knows? 5! That's a spectacular answer, Paul. Very well done. Scores you 5 points. Richard.
Yeah, very well played, Paul. Very good start to the show. Yeah, it's when ABBA won with Waterloo. They won in Brighton.
Waterloo. Is that how you say it?
Waterloo?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you say
like
it?
Portaloo. I say Waterloo.
Do you?
I mean, not with the
you mean like
girly high bit.
Like Portaloo?
No, I say Waterloo. That's where I choose to put my stress there. Waterloo on the third syllable.
Think about the chorus. They put it where I put it.
Oh, I see, in the song.
Yeah.
Well, right there, but they're from Sweden. What do they know? OK, we're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at the scores as they stand. Well now, Paul, wonderful answer. Brighton there. Very, very good, 5 points. Then we come to Ellie and Rick, 14, another beautiful low score there. Then we have Claire and Lee, 100 points. You would have been way out ahead had Julie and Nana not come riding to your rescue with their fabulous answer of Reykjavik, which was spectacularly incorrect. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? So, Tom, we are looking for host cities of the Eurovision Song Contest. Do you watch the Eurovision Song Contest ever?
I think I've watched it one time.
Yes. Do you remember where it was from?
No.
So are you going to be taking a massive guess here, or
Well, actually, I think there is quite a safe answer, which is one I really should say because we have two teams on 100 points. But in the back of my mind, there's a voice saying I should say something a little bit more obscure.
I'd say go for it, Tom.
Alexander, I'm going to say Kiev.
Kiev, you're going to say? OK, well, let's see if it's right. There is your red line there, beautifully high red line. If you come below that, you are definitely through to the next round. Let's see if Kiev is correct. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. Oh, well done, Tom. Brilliant. Down it comes. Might it be pointless? Might it be pointless? Ah, all but. Very, very, very well done indeed. That scores you 1 point and takes your score up to 6. Brilliant.
Yeah, very well played. Kiev hosted it in 2005.
That's a brilliant answer. Very, very good, very well reasoned and deservedly low scoring. You are through to the next round. Now, this is the real contest. What are you thinking,
Eurovision
Nana?
is not something I really watch, but,
but
I
you
have
should.
watched it 1 year. OK, we're here. I might as well just take a punt, so I'm going to go for Tel Aviv.
Go on, girl.
You're going to go for Tel Aviv.
Yes.
You don't have a red line because you are the high scorers. Let's see. Oh, bad luck! Unfortunately, Tel Aviv is an incorrect answer, which means you score 100 points. Takes your total up to 200, our first 200-point score of this series. Richard?
I think Tel Aviv and Reykjavik to score 200 points with that is extremely unlucky. I genuinely, I do. I think that's both very good answers. But there it is. They didn't hold it in Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv's loss and, more pertinently, Nana and Julie's, I'm afraid. Well, Rick and Ellie, you're in the clear. Rick, is that a massive relief for you?
Yes, it is.
You can afford to find a pointless answer. I think you can really have some fun here.
I don't think my knowledge of Eurovision sort of extends that far, but I seem to recall back in the sort of 70s or 80s, Ireland won it on several occasions. So I'm going to say Dublin.
OK, well, you're on 14. Doesn't matter what you score here, you are definitely through to the next round. Let's see how many people said Dublin, and if it's a correct answer, Dublin. It's right. 40 points. Not a bad answer at all. That takes your total up to 54. So, Richard, Dublin.
Yeah, Dublin. It's actually hosted it 6 times, Dublin.
Wow. OK, we were looking for Eurovision host towns or cities. Now then, Lee, you might have been helped out of a hole by Nana, or maybe not. You have carte blanche to guess, as long as you get it correct. Isn't that right, Claire?
It is, yeah.
As long as you get it right. Get it right.
Well, I will stick with the German theme and go for Hamburg, then.
You're going to go for Hamburg?
I am, yeah.
If you can get 99 or less with this answer, you are through to the next round.
Okay.
Hamburg sounds entirely reasonable to me. Let's see if it's correct. Let's see how many people said Hamburg. Bad luck. Hamburg. An incorrect answer, which means we see our second 200-point score of the series. OK, it's a tie. It's very exciting. The tied pairs have to give one more answer each. Your scores are reset to 0, and the pair that gets the lowest score will win. And you can now confer. All right, Claire and Lee, it's you to go first. We are looking for host cities of the Eurovision Song Contest. Let's have a correct answer. For the love of music.
We're going to go for Istanbul.
Istanbul. OK, let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. Istanbul. It's right! It's right. It's not only right, it's scoring quite nice and low. Look at that. From the ridiculous to the sublime, that is a pointless answer. It scores you nothing. It's correct. And moreover, we will add £250 to today's jackpot, taking the total up to £11,250. Very, very, very well done. Richard, do you want to chuck in anything on Istanbul?
Yeah, they hosted the contest in 2004, Istanbul. Very well done. Beat that.
No pressure.
Now then, Nana and Julie, listen. You've matched each other point for point so far in the game. Let's have a pointless answer from you and add another 250 quid to the jackpot. What are you going to go for? You can talk out loud.
We had a couple of safe answers, but we've thrown that out the window now, and we're going to go for Riga.
You're going to go for Riga?
Yes.
Oh, Riga. Now you come out with Riga.
Yes.
Right, well, let's see if Riga is correct, and if it is, let's see if it is pointless. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Riga. It's right! OK, this has to be pointless for you to stay in the game. It has to be pointless. Oh, no! That's a brilliant answer. Riga. I mean, you wait until the tie-break to come up with the second-best answer in the whole round. But there we are. Scores you 2. Richard.
Oh, that's really tough luck. They hosted it in 2003. Unfortunately, a couple of people remembered it. And earlier on, when you said Tel Aviv, which I have to say I thought was right, it's Jerusalem is...
That's what I was thinking of. Oh!
But there were a whole bunch of pointless answers out there. There's actually one not a million miles from Claire and Lee in Harrogate. Harrogate would have been a pointless answer. They held it there.
Harrogate?
Harrogate, yeah.
Who, in the name of music, for the love of music, nominated Harrogate? I mean, it's a beautiful place, yeah. Harrogate, but Eurovision, Harrogate, Eurovision, Harrogate. All I'm saying.
Let's take a look at some of the other pointless answers up there as well. Well done if you've got any of these. Lugano in Switzerland, Frankfurt, Cannes has held it a couple of times, Naples, Edinburgh, and Mill Street, which is in Ireland. Mill Street held it. There's Istanbul, which we just heard, that just got you through to the next round. Zagreb and Hilversum, which is in Holland. That's very, very tough luck, very exciting round.
Thanks very much, Richard. So at the end of round 1, the losing pair with the highest score, I'm so sorry, Nana and Julie, with a fabulous answer, Riga there.
I should have been braver. Yeah. I was thinking about it, but I wasn't sure if it was right or not, so... And I thought of Jerusalem as well.
Did I?
So annoying.
And Dublin, I did.
Yes.
Oh,
well.
Bad luck, bad luck. Well, you played very well. You know, it's your first shot at pointless. Next time, because, of course, everyone gets a second chance to reach the pointless final, you will know exactly what to do. It's been lovely having you on the show. I'm sorry we say goodbye so early on, but we will see you next time, and we'll look forward to that very much. Thank you so much. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Now, obviously, there's only room for 2 pairs in the head-to-head, so one team's going to be leaving us at the end of this round. Make sure it's not you. The category for round 2 is literature. Literature. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? OK. And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. And the round 2 question this afternoon concerns characters and their novels. Ooh, highbrow. See what you mean. In this round, we're about to show you a list of literary characters. We asked 100 people to tell us which classic work they appear in. OK, Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 6 characters on each pass. Obviously, the more obscure the character, the fewer points you'll score. If you give us an incorrect answer, you'll score 100 points. And see if you can get all 6 of them at home.
Thanks very much, Richard. So we are looking for the classic works in which these literary characters appear. And we've got Captain Ahab, Holden Caulfield, Maggie Tulliver, Holly Golightly, Gabriel Oak, and Sancho Panza. I'll read those again. Captain Ahab, Holden Caulfield, Maggie Tulliver, Holly Golightly, Gabriel Oak, and Sancho Panza. So, Lee, is this a strong area for you?
I like reading, but not really classics. So... Holly Golightly. Breakfast at Tiffany's, Holly Golightly.
You're going to go Breakfast at Tiffany's for Holly Golightly. Let's see if that's a correct answer, and if it is, let's see how many people said Holly Golightly, Breakfast at Tiffany's. Wrong. It's right! Very well done, Lee. And it's still going down. 30s, 20s, teens. Look at that. 18 points. Very well done. 18 points for Holly Golightly.
Yeah, very well done, Lee. You pulled that from somewhere, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
That was very, very good. It's, yeah, obviously from Truman Capote's Breakfast at Tiffany's. First published in 1958.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now then, Rick.
I've got one, which I'm hoping will pull us through. And that is the top one, Captain Ahab. And I think that's Moby Dick.
Very good. Moby Dick, you're saying. Let's see if that is correct. And if it is, let's see how many people said Captain Ahab, Moby Dick. Down it goes, 38. Very well done, Rick. That scores you 38. Richard.
Yeah, well played, Rick. Captain Ahab from Herman Melville's Moby Dick, published in 1851.
Thanks very much, Richard. Now then, Tom.
I was a little worried when the category came up. My heart was in my mouth, my legs went all wobbly. It felt like I was redoing my French oral GCSE. But I think it's OK. I think I know a couple of them. And I think I'm going to go for Gabriel Oak. And I think that is Far From the Madding Crowd.
Very good. Gabriel Oak, Far From the Madding Crowd. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. Gabriel Oak, Far From the Madding Crowd. It's right. Well done. Let's see how many people know their Hardy. Down it goes. 12. Very good. 12 points for Far From the Madding Crowd. Richard.
Yeah, very well done. Far From the Madding Crowd, Thomas Hardy, of course. Tells us that 12 out of 100 people do Far From the Madding Crowd at GCSE, I suspect.
Very good.
Let's take a look at the other names up there. Now, Xander, you're always rather good at literature. Holden Caulfield.
I think it's either The Catcher in the Rye or it's... Yes, I think it's Catcher. I think it's Catcher in the Rye.
Let's take a look. Well done. Would have scored you 15 points. Sancho Panza.
That is from Don Quixote.
Yeah, Don Quixote de la Mancha would have scored you 18 points. And Maggie Tulliver?
I don't know.
Let's take a little look. The Mill on the Floss. Would have scored you 2 points, so very well done if you got that.
OK, well, thank you very much, Richard. We're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at the scores as they stand. Well, Tom and Paul looking fantastic there on 12. Very, very good answer. Far From the Madding Crowd there. Lee, brilliant. Came out with 18. Very good score. Now, Rick. 38 points you got for Captain Ahab. Who'd have known that would score so high? So, yes, Ellie, you have your work cut out, I'm afraid, in the next pass. Best of luck with that. Right, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 more literary characters on the board. You just have to tell us the novels they come from. And we have got Captain Yossarian, Lucy Honeychurch, Philip Pirrip, Edward Rochester, Winston Smith, and Frederick Henry. I'll read those again. Captain Yossarian, Lucy Honeychurch, Philip Pirrip, Edward Rochester, Winston Smith, and Frederick Henry. Now, remember, we are looking for the classic work in which these literary characters appear, and you are trying to find the one that the fewest of our 100 people knew. So, Paul, what's this new board looking like to you?
Slightly scary. It's one of these things where there's 5 there I've heard of. 3, I think I may know the answer, but then may not know the answer. But I'm going to go for the top one, Captain Yossarian. I think he is in Joseph Heller's Catch-22.
You're going to say Captain Yossarian, Catch-22. Well, you are the low scorers on 12. The high scorers are Ellie and Rick on 38. There is your red line. If Captain Yossarian gets you below that red line, you are through to the head-to-head. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Catch-22. Well done. I think it could be a nice low score. Look at that. Yes, you're through to the head-to-head. It scores you 9 points. Very well done, Paul. That takes your total up to 21. So, Richard, Catch-22.
Yeah, well played, Paul. As you say, Joseph Heller, published in 1961, and Yossarian's exploits based on Joseph Heller's own exploits as a pilot in World War II.
Very good. Thanks very much. Now, Ellie,
Yes.
Yours is the most important answer in this pass. You are currently the highest scorers on 38. You have to score as low as you possibly can with this. Okay. Have you read books with any of these people in?
Not that I can remember. I might have been able to have guessed the first, and it really would have been a guess. So I'm going to take Winston Smith, and I'm going to say Chariots of Fire.
Let's see if it's correct. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. Winston Smith, Chariots of Fire. Bad luck. Bad luck. Ellie, I'm afraid that is an incorrect answer. It scores you the maximum of 100 points, taking your total up to, I'm afraid, an unassailable 138. Richard?
Yeah, he is not in Chariots of Fire. I won't say exactly what he is in case Claire wants to take that one.
Now then, Claire, you're through to the head-to-head. Whatever happens, what are you thinking?
It's a foreign language. I don't recognise any. Well, I think I do on one, but I do think it would be quite high, but it's a complete guess. And I'm going to go for Lucy Honeychurch, Little Women.
Lucy Honeychurch, Little Women, you are saying. Let's see if that's right. If it isn't right, it doesn't matter. Of course, you're through to the next round, come what may. But let's see. Lucy Honeychurch, Little Women. Let's see if that's right, and let's see how many people said it. Bad luck. I'm afraid that is an incorrect answer, which means you also score the maximum of 100 points, taking your total up to 118. Richard?
Yeah, it seems we're better at Eurovision towns and cities than at...
Oh, I think so.
Classic literature, doesn't it? Lucy Honeychurch, is it? Do you know what Lucy Honeychurch is from?
I don't know.
She's from Room with a View.
Room with a
View. Room with a View would have scored you 3 points. And Winston Smith he's from 1984. Or was 1984, would have scored you 18 points. There is actually a pointless answer on this board. It's not Edward Rochester, who is from...
Wuthering Heights.
From Jane Eyre.
Oh, Jane Eyre!
Scored you 28 points. Philip Pirrip is Great Expectations. Would have scored 19. And Frederick Henry is a pointless answer. Well done at home if you knew he's from Hemingway's Farewell to Arms.
Thank you very much, Richard. So at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score is Rick and Ellie. Bad luck. Ellie, what would you have liked to have come up? Do I have to ask at this stage?
I like films, sitcoms, anything you've been in, of course.
Really? Oh, you are kind to say that. Thank you so much. Well, I'm so sorry to be saying goodbye to you at this crucial juncture. I had high hopes of you making it all the way through to the final, but I'm afraid that wasn't to be. Anyway, thanks so much for playing. Wonderful contestants. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
But for the remaining 2 pairs, things are going to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. So very well done, Paul and Tom, Claire and Lee. You've made it through to the head-to-head. Now, obviously, only one pair will make it through to the final and play for today's jackpot, which currently stands at £11,250. Very exciting. Now, you're going head-to-head on the best of 3 questions. For each question, each pair needs to give me just one answer, and you are now allowed to confer. All you need to do is give an answer that scores less than the opposing pair, and you will win that question. The pair that get to the best of 3 will be playing for today's jackpot. Right, let's play Pointless. So, it's very exciting. Here is your first question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many drivers with 2 or more Formula 1 titles. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any of the 14 men who've won more than one Formula 1 championship since it started in 1950 all the way through to 2010.
Right. Paul and Tom, because you played best throughout the show so far, you get to go first. So we are looking for drivers with 2 or more Formula 1 titles.
OK.
What are you going to go for?
We know some people who've won it, but whether they've won it twice is the question, so we're going to play fairly safe and go Ayrton Senna.
Ayrton Senna?
Yes.
OK, Ayrton Senna. Claire and Lee.
Michael Schumacher, but I think it'll be very high. So it's either...
Could do Graham Hill, because Dad wanted to name me after him if I was a boy.
Oh, did it?
He did. I was going to be a Graham.
Going to be a Graham.
No, I go for Nigel Mansell.
All right, go on.
But Nigel Mansell.
You're going to go Nigel Mansell?
Yeah.
OK, so we have Ayrton Senna, we have Nigel Mansell. In the order they were given, Let's put them to the test. Let's see if Ayrton Senna is correct, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Ayrton Senna. Very well done, Ayrton Senna, 29. Not a bad score, I think, that. Ayrton Senna, 29. Claire and Lee have gone for Nigel Mansell. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Nigel Mansell. Oh, bad luck.
It's great.
Bad luck. That's an incorrect answer, which means after our first question, it is 1-0 to Paul and Tom. Richard.
Yeah, well played, guys. The good news, Claire and Lee, is if you'd said Michael Schumacher, he actually would have scored 30. The bad news is, if you said Graham Hill, he would have scored 17. So that would have been a great answer. Let's take a look at all the answers. There is a pointless answer here, actually, which is Alberto Ascari, who won the title in 1952 and 53. There's Mika Hakkinen and Jack Brabham, both scoring 1 point. Nelson Piquet with 2. Emerson Fittipaldi with 3. Jim Clark, 6. Alain Prost, 7. And some of the bigger scorers here, Juan Manuel Fangio with 8. Niki Lauda with 10. Jackie Stewart, 11. Fernando Alonso, 14. There's Graham Hill on 17. Ayrton Senna, 29. And Michael Schumacher, 30.
Thanks very much, Richard. Why didn't you go with Graham Hill?
Well, she never listens to me.
Right. Here is your second question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many girls in Mambo number 5 as they could. The girls in Mambo number 5. Richard.
Yeah, there are 9 girls' names in Lou Bega's hit Mambo number 5. We're looking for the most obscure. Sing along at home, see if you can get all 9.
Wow. OK, before I put this question to you, I need to draw your attention to the fact that Paul and Tom are up 1-0. So if they win this point, Claire and Lee, they are through to the final. We'll be playing for that massive jackpot. To stay in the game, you have to win this question. OK.
OK. Rita.
Louis Vega.
Oh, sorry.
You're going to go for Rita.
Rita.
Lovely Rita. Paul and Tom.
Well, I've been singing a song to myself in my head, and every time it gets to the girls' names, it sort of goes Durda with no actual name there. But it doesn't really help me too much. I've got a feeling...
Are you sure Durda wasn't one of the...
Possibly. Maybe it's DD. Maybe it's DD. That's it. I've got a feeling a little bit of Tina's all I need. So I'm going to say Tina.
You're going to say Tina. Tom, have you just opted out of this one?
No help.
Yeah, Tom
a little bit of Tina. If you can remember the other bits, all I need, then who knows? We have Rita, we have Tina. Claire and Lee, you have to win it to stay in the game. If they win it, they are through to the final. Oh, it's very exciting indeed. Right, in the order they were given. Rita, does she exist?
Hopefully.
And if she does, how many people said it? Rita. It's right. It's a very good answer. Look at that, 23. A little bit of Tina, funnily enough, is all you need. If it's a lot of Tina, it's not going to work for you. Tina and a little bit of it. Is it correct? Did anyone say it? Tina. It's right. Is it going to beat Rita? It is! Look at that! 10! Very, very, very well done, Paul. Wow. So, after the second question, Paul and Tom are through to the final in straight sets. What about that, Richard?
Yeah, very well done, Paul and Tom. Now, you know what? You never, ever thought that information would come in handy, did you? It's actually a little bit of Rita is all I need. A little bit of Tina's all I see. Yeah, let's take a look at all the women involved in this farrago. There's Pamela, 7. Tina is actually the second best answer you could have given with 10. Mary with 11. Angela, 12. Sandra, 13. Erica, 16. Monica, 18. There's Rita on 23. And Jessica right at the top on 26.
Very well done. So the losing pair at the end of the head-to-head, I'm afraid it's Claire and Lee. Oh, 2 categories you weren't bad in.
We weren't that good.
You could have won that first point. This is a thing for you to discuss for the rest of the day. Hillgate. And you did very, very well. I'm afraid, though, you didn't have that pointless knowledge you needed to get you through. However, this was only your first shot on the game, so we will see you again next time. Everyone gets 2 shots at the pointless title, so that's great. We'll look forward to having you back next time. But thanks so much for playing. Wonderful contestants. Thank you. But for Paul and Tom, it's now time for our pointless final and the chance to win our jackpot of £11,250. Well, congratulations, Paul and Tom. You've seen off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy, so very well done. Very good. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot, which at the end of today's show stands at £11,250. Now, the rules are very simple. To win that money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people could think of. We've had one pointless answer on the show today. You only need to find one more now to go home with that money. First, though, you've got to choose a category, and you can choose from these 3 options. They are science, world politics, or sport. Science, world politics.
I'd say there's only one we could go for there, personally.
Science or sport? I mean, science is a gamble.
Science is, it's a wide area, it's a wide range of subjects which, you know, let's face it, I don't know a huge amount about. I'm not sure how you are with it. But I'm just thinking with sport, there's going to be more things where we've got a chance. And I think sport.
Let's go for sport.
You're going to go for sport?
Yeah.
What sport would you like it to be?
Football?
Football would be the ideal.
Football would be
Snooker?
ideal.
Tennis?
Snooker, tennis,
would be
football.
good for Tom.
If it's curling, then we can all pack up and go home. OK, right, well, let's find out what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many footballers of the year since 1970 as they could. Richard?
Yeah, we're looking for any winner of the Football Writers Association Footballer of the Year from 1970 through to 2010. That's the award given out to the best player in an English league.
OK, thank you very much. OK, you now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you have to do to win that £11,250 is to find an answer that is pointless, an answer that none of our 100 people knew. Your 60 seconds start now.
OK, Kevin Keegan's obviously won it.
Yeah. Liverpool footballers.
Yeah, Beard, you can assume Beardsley, Barnes, you can assume about John Aldridge.
What about some more obscure ones?
I'm trying to think who had a really good season. Yeah, Leeds won it.
Yeah.
I mean, Cantona would have won it then, possibly.
Yeah, but he's kind of, people might say...
Maybe Gordon Strachan.
Yeah, Gordon
I've got a
Strachan.
feeling Gordon Strachan's on the front of one of those manuals. Those
Gordon
annuals.
Strachan.
That might be the one league. I think Gordon Strachan.
And then what about, who else? Blackburn won.
Blackburn won, that would have been Shearer, definitely.
Yeah.
It's got to have been Shearer.
Who else? Because 80s would be
Before our time.
Liverpool, yeah. But in 70s? Who was winning in the 70s?
70s, more before our time.
Yeah, I know, but, you know, can we go for a punt for someone kind of famous but obscure?
Famous from the 70s.
Yeah.
Ozzy Ardiles.
Should we try?
Ricky Villa. I think Ricky Villa's more famous than one goal. I think Ardiles.
Yeah.
Ardiles, Strachan and...
5 seconds
Bell.
left.
Go for it.
You've come up
It's
with...
1970, isn't it? So.
There you are, there's your time up. You've come up with plenty of names. Of those names, let's have 3. Let's have 3 answers. We're looking for footballers of the year since 1970.
OK, Ozzy Ardiles.
Ozzy Ardiles.
Gordon Strachan.
Gordon Strachan.
Ricky Villa or Colin Bell?
Go for Colin Bell.
Colin Bell.
Colin Bell.
OK, now, of those 3, which do you think is your best punt at a pointless answer?
They're all risky. I think Ozzy Ardiles is the most likely to have won it, so I'd say he's the best punt.
So we'll put him
I
last.
think we've gone for 3 where we might end up with getting
Strachan.
struck out 3 times. But
Strachan in the middle and Colin Bell.
at the top.
I think he might have won it before 1970.
Let's put those up on the board in that order. Colin Bell, Gordon Strachan and Ozzy Ardiles. There they are. OK, well, we were looking for Footballer of the Year since 1970. You only need one of these answers to be pointless to win that £11,250. OK, this was your least confident answer. You only had to find one pointless answer. Let's see if Colin Bell is correct. If it is, let's see how many people said Colin Bell. No. Bad
These are the two.
luck. Bad luck. So that is your first answer gone, not a pointless answer. That leaves you with only 2 further cracks at that jackpot. Now then, £11,250. What would you do with that?
I want a friend of mine's 30th birthday this year, and he's planning to go to Colombia, so I'm hoping to come along with him on that.
That's very good. What about you, Tom?
Well, maybe go to Colombia with Paul. Sounds like a pretty good party.
I mean,
30th birthday party in Colombia.
What could possibly go wrong? Absolutely, yeah, brilliant. Well, very best of luck. OK, we are looking for Footballer of the Year since 1970. We're now moving into sort of territory where your confidence grows. This is your next...
bit, not much.
Your next answer, Gordon Strachan. Colin Bell was a wrong answer. What's your feeling about Gordon Strachan?
Paul saw Gordon Strachan on the front of something, smiling.
One of these football annuals...
He was smiling.
He was smiling. He was happy.
He won the league. In Leeds, well, he didn't win the league. Leeds won the league, and I've got a feeling that he captained them. Someone must have played well for Leeds to win the league last season. I'm thinking it may have been Strachan.
Strachan with his silky skills. OK, well, let's hope nobody said this, and let's also hope it's right. This is your second shot at today's jackpot of £11,250. It has to be correct and it has to be pointless. Gordon Strachan. Oh, it's right! It's right. This for £11,250. It has to go all the way down to 0. You're gonna do it. Yes! Very, very well done. That is fantastic. Very, very well done. Ah, that's superb. Congratulations. You found that crucial pointless answer, which means you do go home with our jackpot of £11,250. Well done, you.
What a game. What a game.
So, Richard, how about that for a pointless answer?
Oh, fantastic. Very well played, guys. It's very, very well done. And, you know, your logic was impeccable. He won it in 91 when he was in the Leeds midfield. There's a whole bunch of pointless answers. There's Robert Pires, Gordon Banks, Steve Perryman, Terry McDermott. But I know you couldn't care less because you got one. It's a huge amount of money and very well earned. Congratulations.
Ossie Ardiles?
No, Ossie Ardiles. He never won it. So...
Well, thanks once again to our winning players, Paul and Tom, who go away with today's jackpot of £11,250. Join us next time and we'll be putting more obscure knowledge to the test on Pointless. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.
If you want to be on the next series of Pointless, you can find out more by going to bbc.co.uk/Be On A Show.